Hey guys, welcome to a unconventional tune-in of the Screen Guys podcast. We're not doing a full episode this week. We had some personal things come up that we were unable to film on our normal day, but Ozzy and I wanted to tell you a little bit about Superman. That's why we've got the posters. This is really just going to be a cheese on the trap. We're gonna just give a little bit of a spoiler-free review of Superman just to get you interested, to tide you over till next week when we'll jump right in. Anything before we start?
I think you said everything perfectly. I mean, it's just gonna be spoiler-free. If you haven't seen it yet, no worries. Nothing will be spoiled in this video clip. But when we do record our official episode, it will definitely be a spoiler-heavy Superman episode. So.
And we'll warn you then again in case you haven't seen it. But if you haven't seen it by then, I'm not sure what you're doing. Before we get to it, I also wanted to shout out. So I do, every year, I watch the show The Vampire Diaries. Yeah. And I think it's on Max. I have it on DVD. That's the hashtag physical media, as we know. I watch it every year because I watch one episode a day, every day from July 14th till New Year's Eve. So if you want to follow along with me and watch the show as I go, I'll report on it every week. But I wanted to make sure that you were right on top of it so you're not behind the ball. But that's just a shout out, Vampire Diaries. I will talk about that later because I love that show. You've seen a little bit of it, haven't you?
Yeah, like me and Elizabeth, we watched about 4 to 5 seasons, I believe.
Okay, yeah, nice.
We were so close, and I think just like life happened and we just lost it.
Yep. So anyway, that I just had to get that out there. We're going to give our review. Sean will give his review. And then we'll part our ways until we get together next week. Ozzy, I'm going to hand it over to you.
All right.
We've got the posters. We've got the look. Go ahead, my man.
Okay. I can't even.
I don't even know why I'm smiling. Like I don't even know. Like I just love this movie so much.
The first reaction I had coming out of this movie was, I feel like I'm a kid again.
Yeah.
Like, because I felt like this movie was so fun and so, I feel like it was, I don't want to say lighthearted, but it was just a happy, fun movie. Like, just your genuine superhero movie. 9 out of 10. I'll probably put a 9.5 out of 10, actually.
Nice.
And I think it was one of the most amazing Superman stories ever. James Gunn was fantastic. The writing was insane. The plot, the characters, I have so much on my mind right now. I can't even put it into words. But I just want to highlight, David Cornsweet is your Superman.
Yes.
And they can't be a good Superman without great side characters. And honestly, every actor, every character that was put into this movie was such a key into the storyline. Like, I loved everything that these side characters have. You care about Superman and the side characters with him. That's what made the story fantastic.
Yeah, well, and I, we'll talk about this on the pod later, but so I tuned in and I watched Man of Steel. And the difference of Man of Steel and this is obviously non-spoiler, is that in Man of Steel, there is no metahumans. There is no aliens. People don't know this. In Man of Steel, they obviously know that Superman's an alien. And you see the difference that it plays. To your point about James Gunn, thank you, James Gunn. And so I was talking to Sean earlier today, because I saw him earlier today. And he told me, he said, I didn't know what you were going to think about it because he knows I'm not the biggest fan of Guardians 3, which was James Gunn's, and also The Suicide Squad. And so he was like, I didn't know how you were going to feel about it. I absolutely love this movie. I thought the action sequences and the camera angles, I can understand where people are not going to like it for that reason. I think some people, I've read some reviews and heard people say, I just almost felt motion sickness throughout the process
I could
of
see
it.
that, yeah.
But I thought it was just amazing, and I agree 100%. I think he is your Superman. And that's coming from, I love Henry Cavill. Watching Man of Steel, we talked about how much I love Man of Steel. I just thought he did such an amazing job. And like you said, I think he looks the part. I think he played the part. Again, kind of non-spoiler. I loved, and they didn't do too much of this, but you could tell a major difference from Clark Kent and Superman. The way they did his hair, the way that he held himself up, the way that he spoke. I just thought it was absolutely amazing. I'm with you. For me, it's a 10 out of 10. I will dive in more because I've got some hot takes about this movie. I love this movie. Finishing thoughts, my friend.
Okay, so I just had one question for you.
Yeah,
So you're a big Man of Steel fan.
Yeah.
And you love this movie. You give this movie like a perfect score, right?
Yeah, 10 out of 10.
Okay.
Yeah, 5 out of 5, yeah.
So what did you like more about this one than Man of Steel to give that 10 out of 10?
Yeah, certainly. So I loved that, and people agree, disagree on this one. I felt that this movie made me connect to a superhero,
Gotcha.
which was unbelievable.
Yeah.
I didn't feel a very close connection to Man of Steel. I love Man of Steel purely because I just thought it was a great Superman movie. This I just thought was so connected. And I know you'll know what I'm talking about. Anybody who's seen the movie will know what I'm talking about. There's a moment in this movie when he is addressing Lex Luthor, and it's almost like a mini monologue. You know what I'm talking about? And it just gave me chills. But you hit the nail on the head. Hope. Like, that is what Superman is, and I just thought that was better in that sense. And to your point, I love Henry Cavill, and I thought a lot of the cast in Man of Steel was great. I thought everybody in this movie, and there's plenty of them, hit 100%. And I just thought it was amazing. I love Man of Steel, but this was jaw-dropping to me.
Like, side character, probably my favorite one is probably Jimmy.
Yeah,
he just blew it out of the water.
Yes.
Like, every time he's on screen, you're just smiling, you're having a good time because he's on screen, and he did a phenomenal job.
Funny story, I read an article. Did you know he went in doing an interview and a tryout? He thought he was going for Superman.
Really?
So when he got the call that he had been casted in the show, he thought he was casted as Superman. And they were like, no, you're this Jimmy guy. And he was like, who's Jimmy? So anyway, but to your point, talk about taking a character and embracing and running with it and impacting the story.
Now, I can see why some people would not like this movie because you don't see a lot of Clark Kent.
Yeah.
But actually, you do see Clark Kent, like, as Superman. Like, he shows his Clark Kent, like, his personality. And Superman, like, when he saves certain citizen, I will say this. He saves an animal, a couple, actually.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, that's what Clark Kent would do.
Yeah.
Like, he would save those people when there's just something going crazy. He's like, yeah, I'll save this person. Or I'll save this animal. And I was like, yeah, you don't need, like, a totally opposite, like, personality, like a Superman, like a Clark Kent, you know? Clark Kent is in that suit. And that's what I love about it.
Yes, agreed.
And then pacing. I do think when people are like, oh, I do see some reviews out there that say the pacing's off. It does slow down, but for the perfect reason, and that is to connect with these characters and have a reason to have this movie slow down, and I love that.
Yeah,
so.
Agreed.
Awesome.
Last, I wanted to give a shout out. I gotta give a massive shout out to Rachel Brosnahan, who plays Lois Lane. I'm not gonna lie, maybe you can educate me. I didn't know the name. I didn't recognize her. I don't know. I guess I never looked back to see what show she was in. I had never heard of her. I was a little cautious about that, not knowing her. Absolutely nailed it.
Yeah, I don't
her
know
chemistry and David Cornsweet's it was Clark Kent and Lois Lane. Like, it was
fantastic,
amazing.
Like, to see what the chemistry is like. James Gunn did the audition scene. The audition scene is they do like the interview. That it was like to see the chemistry, and you can definitely see that in that scene. So yeah, fantastic.
Gotcha. So sorry, this was maybe a little longer than we anticipated, but I just like we'll just have to cut it. Sean, you know what to do. Anyway, but no, seriously. We could go on, and our next episode, we are going to dive into Superman. But again, we wanted to say thank you for tuning in. Hopefully this gets you through another week, again, of us not having the pod, but we'll be back next week. Again, we appreciate you. Ozzy, take us home.
I don't know what to say.
That's okay. We'll just cut it. Anyway, let's
Okay.
Ozzy, take us home.
We are the Screen Guys. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you guys next time.
Okay, so I just want to give my quick review for Superman, since we won't have an episode this week. and we just want to talk about Superman. I really liked basically everything about this movie. I thought the story was really good. I felt like David Cornsweet did a phenomenal job as Superman. He really felt like he was comic accurate Superman. I loved his suit, loved the new Superman symbol. I really like the soundtrack to the movie. I like how it was a blend of the original Superman score as well as the guitar notes of like the Man of Steel score. I thought the actress who played Lois Lane was amazing. Same with Jimmy Olsen. Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor was phenomenal. My only slight issue with it was the second act was a little rough and there wasn't a whole lot of Superman, but the rest of the movie made up for it because it was so good. It really captured the feeling of how Superman is hopeful, how Superman is a beacon of hope, and how Superman doesn't pick sides. He's just there for the greater good. Really impressed with James Gunn's work. Really excited to see what James Gunn does with the future of the DCU. And I was blown away by this movie. I ended up giving it, the first time I watched it, I've seen it twice already. First time I watched it, I gave it 95 out of 100. Second time I watched it, I gave it a 97 out of 100. So I feel like it's just right close there to being 100 out of 100. But yeah, phenomenal movie. I would recommend you go watch it.